controller's working. Bitchin'.
Yep. OBS setup.
You did get it set up?
No. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it
The
number?
Otters. Is it McDavid? Nice.
That's
These
fantastic.
things we're selling. There was probably, I saw 40 of them get sold within the 2 minutes of me
Wow.
being there to buy one.
I can imagine.
Literally, it was just like that.
Anybody else good on the team?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll talk about it. They have a lot of really good players, actually. One of them, the Buffalo prospect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
God bless him.
He may not score you a lot of goals, but boy, does he work hard.
You gotta have those players.
Exactly.
My favorite Predator this year is Gabriel Bork for that very reason.
Mm-hmm.
He's only like 5'10", but he's probably the most physical player on the team.
Yeah, that's how it is with Zuccarello on the Rangers. He always is hitting people.
We got a real battle going for fantasy, huh?
We do.
Pretty sad.
Yeah, like, you got 24 penalty minutes from Bozak.
The
and I
first
was
day.
like, well, I lost penalty minutes.
First day.
And then Luongo and Rask. Rask was sick against the Sabres, and I was like, that was like my chance to get a really
He
good
wasn't
game.
sick. They played their backup because it was the Sabres.
Yeah, so they just say it was sick, and Luongo's still hurt. He's starting tonight, but so I haven't gotten any starts.
Oh yeah, it's Thursday.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any goalie stats either.
Because Ward got sick, too.
Yeah.
I was looking, I was like, wow, it's a pathetic matchup.
I've got Lettinen and Varlamov tonight,
Mhm.
assuming they're starting.
Yeah.
I didn't have an assist on record.
I had
Or no, or a goal. I didn't have either.
I know I had like 7 assists already.
Yeah.
I was like, phew,
Well, the first day I forgot.
I noticed.
I was fucking pissed. We were driving home, and I felt my phone vibrate. Like, that's got to be a Sabres game. And I was like, fuck, I forgot to set my roster. And I go, Christy, what time is it?
Yeah,
She's like, it's like 7:28. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
too
no.
late.
I saw you had the, I think it was either
That's
2 or 3
frustrating.
players on there.
I had 2 Washington players on the bench. One of them got an assist.
I was like, is everyone going to pay attention?
Every fucking week this happens to me.
I gotta check hockey scores.
Really need a shit.
What'd you do?
Nothing. I suck.
Start playing more HOTS, Corey.
I need to play more
Right,
hots.
You want to play tonight after the podcast?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. I actually might have to leave the podcast early. I got to pick up Sophie from the casino.
Fuck.
Well, let's get started then, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Might better.
I can't.
Yeesh.
As long as Christy's in bed.
Johnny will probably play. I'll have to be like, Johnny, play. All right.
Alex will probably be too drunk.
Is that what happened last night?
He drinks every night. Him and Amy and Tyler.
Really? Every night? Oof.
Did our tweet go out?
90?
191.
Oh.
I should just
Fucking didn't.
Nope.
Smart ass motherfucker.
Twitch has been having a lot of issues lately.
It's all Amazon's fault.
I follow Twitch support on Twitter, and it seems like every day they're like, "Oh, we noticed people are having issues with this or that or what have you."
This side or the other.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, well, on the sleepy side tonight.
Dude.
I'm whooped.
I couldn't sleep last night, so we stayed up and played Heroes for a couple hours till midnight.
Yeah.
I probably didn't get to sleep till about 12:45. Christy's alarm went off at 4:30.
Ugh. That's tough.
And I struggled to get back to sleep, and I just fucking got up at 6. Started playing video games.
That's what I do a lot of times, you know.
Jumped right on the battlefield the second she walked out the door.
Nice.
Man.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Are we starting with main second?
Yeah,
Let's
probably.
do. Did you play the demo?
No, my 3DS won't connect to the internet. It just won't. I spent like 3 hours. And look, I'm done.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And like, I don't know why it does that. It does that every now and again.
Did you reset your modem?
I did.
Remember?
I was also with the phone. Like
Power Cycle.
please power cycle.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to watch hockey highlights while I eat breakfast because that's what I do. I watch through all the games. Like they wouldn't load when I was connected to the internet, so I disconnected my phone and it worked fine.
Is it streaming, Corey?
Yeah.
It does that.
It's pretty lame.
It's annoying. I wanted to play it because I'm interested in it.
I played it.
Oh boy.
All right. Ready?
I'll tell you what, Dan. I'm fucking ready.
Me.
As ready as I'll ever be. Sophie's friend spilled a glass of wine on my phone yesterday.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Fortunately, it still works.
It's good.
Do you want to strangle her?
Not really. I was drunk. I didn't even care.
Because I could give you my, I guess, 4-year-old Samsung Focus.
I've got an HTC One lying around.
Mom's got a 3GS ready.
You're all sick, Corey. You might as well break your phone now.
You got a lot of good ones lined up. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait, no, god damn it.
Dan.
Battery
Sorry.
lasts for a whole 30 minutes or so.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, right?
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to episode 191 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
I'm Corey.
Today's episode is on Codename Steam, the new Nintendo and Nintendo Intelligent Systems IP. Turn-based strategy type of game, XCOM-ish type of game. Anything anybody wants to tease before we get started?
I'm not going to talk too much about it, but Battlefield Hardline, because we're doing that for next week.
Battlefield Hardline first impressions.
Sure. And
Sounds
a little
good.
more Heroes of the Storm.
Hots.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Will? Anything you want to tease for later on?
I did a little more StarCraft. I made a World of Warcraft character for fun. That's about it. My trip
Yeah.
over the weekend, but that's for our weeks.
Then I
Sounds
forgot Hotline Miami 2 also.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk a little more Hotline Miami myself. Anything you want to talk about, Corey?
I played a little game called White Knight.
Oh, you did?
I did. Yeah, it's
My buddies is playing that.
it's what's the best way to describe it? It's a mystery sort of horror noir
Yeah.
stylized indie.
It looks
Or
really
I think it's actually Activision, but
indie style.
yeah.
Okay. Like Child of Light, kind of.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Oh, today's date's March 19th, 2015. Let's get right into the main segment, shall we?
Sure.
So yeah, Codename Steam is developed by Intelligent Systems, who does the Fire Emblem series, and is published by Nintendo. It's a turn-based strategy game based in a steampunk late 1800s, where your soldiers are steam agents based on characters from American folklore fighting to repel an alien invasion. If you've seen any trailers for it or anything, you notice right away the art style of it is very, very unique. It's got a heavy comic book feel to it. Not just the art style, but the dialogue and stuff in the game is very, very kind of early comic book, cheesy type of deal. But feels familiar. Like even if you're not into comic books, it still is a familiar feeling art style and stuff. So that's really cool. With characters that include John Henry, the steel driving man. Characters from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and Tom Sawyer, amongst others from American folklore. And the aliens are heavily inspired by H.P. Lovecraft's work, if you're familiar with that at all. Kind of like tentacly, scary, alien, other dimension type of critters. And then each character has their own special. Well, I think there's 12 different characters you can pick from.
12 playable?
12 playable characters, and then the amiibo too. The Fire Emblem amiibo can also be put into the game, which is kind of cool. But I've heard they're not that useful because they only have melee weapons.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, they only have melee weapons. And then I saw someplace. I was in some review about the game that I was reading, and then in the comments, I don't know if you remember that part from the Indiana Jones movie where he's in a crowd of people and they kind of separate. And there's this ninja on the other end, and he does all this sword stuff. And then Indiana Jones pulls out the gun and shoots him. So someone equated that to what happens to the Fire Emblem amiibo in Codename Steam.
From what I played, it seems like that would be the case.
Yeah, I can't see a melee character really doing all that well.
You know how that scene in Indiana Jones came about?
It wasn't planned that way.
Right.
Improved.
Well, they had choreographed a big long scene, but Harrison Ford showed up to work that day sick. So they just tried that for fun and really liked it.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
How would you have a big long sword fight with a guy if you've got a gun? You shoot him.
That poor guy, though, he's probably so excited to have like an awesome choreographed sword fight with Harrison Ford.
Yep. Great stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, each character has their own special weapon that they use in combat, as well as a sub weapon, which are unlocked by collecting coins scattered throughout the maps. And you do pick those before you go out for battle. You pick your squad of 4 as well as your sub weapon and steam tank, which I don't know exactly how the steam tanks differ. I haven't quite figured that out yet. It's only minor differences from what I can tell as you unlock the new ones. That's your reserve, I guess, of your steam. So in battle, your steam is like your resource that you have. It's one little cloud of steam to move on a tile. It's a grid-based map. If you played XCOM, it plays very similarly to XCOM. You move around and attacking and all that stuff has steam value that it uses. The difference in this one is Overwatch, which is the kind of the auto attack when someone comes into your range. You use that by saving your steam instead of actually like using a skill. So if you save up enough steam to attack twice, you can do Overwatch twice in a turn instead of just once, like you would in XCOM. I've heard there's a lot of similarities to Valkyria Chronicles too. I haven't played Valkyria Chronicles, so I can't comment on that, but I've heard it's pretty similar to that also. I obviously played a ton of XCOM, so that's what I'm going to be comparing it most to. And then pretty much most of the battles, you just go from the beginning of the map to the goal.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of variation in mission design. And that's really my biggest complaint about Codename Steam as compared to XCOM. You just kind of, in XCOM, there was those missions where you had to save a certain amount of people before they got butchered by the aliens. And if you didn't, you would fail that mission. You wouldn't get to start over. It would just continue on into the game, and you would have to deal with those repercussions. But also playing that way made you play more aggressively, and it made it more interesting strategy-wise. And there's none of that in Codename Steam, which is probably my biggest complaint about it. Most missions can be taken really slowly. You can move along at a snail's pace, like I said, because there's not that urgency in the different types of missions and stuff. And then if a squad member gets killed during a mission, they can be revived at a save point with enough coins. Scattered throughout the map are save points where you can save and restore your character. You can save and restore all characters. If you have enough coins, you can save and restore all characters. You can only use the save point once, and then it goes away, which is good because otherwise you could just stand there and restore your own character. But makes it a little bit easier. But aside from that, I generally like Codename Steam. Eric, I want to hear your thoughts on it because I know you played the demo.
Yeah, I played for about an hour. I think I did like 3 missions. I like it. It was pretty fun. It seems pretty bare bones. There's not much to it. So I would say if you've never played a turn-based strategy game and you're interested, this might be a good one to start with.
Yeah.
If you have a 3DS, because it doesn't have the deep strategy like Dan said with like an XCOM would.
Yeah.
So it's not overwhelming. But at the same time, it's very bare bones, and the wait time between when you have your turn and when the aliens take their turn is too long.
Yeah.
And frustrating.
I only had one time where I was like, okay, this is going too slow. But I don't think most people realize that you can click on the different characters while the aliens are going and look around. So I use that time to plan out my strategy.
Yeah, I just didn't think there was anything to see, really.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah, because that was actually the most common complaint I saw on. I read like maybe 3 or 4 reviews on it, just because there was such a huge difference. GameSpot gave it a 4, Polygon gave it a 3.5, which I think is really lowballing it. I think most of the reviews were like 7, 6.5, 7.5, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
For Codename Steam. But yeah, because I that was the most common complaint from everybody was that the load times were long, and I never really thought about it, I guess.
Well, this day and age, I need to be what's the word? I need to have something stimulating me at all times.
Okay. Sure.
So if I in that 30 to 45 seconds, I'm just like, all right, I guess I'll look at Twitter or something. Yeah. It sucks, but that's just how it is.
You know what it made me think of, and you might know this, Corey. You know how when you're getting towards the end of a Civ game, and how the turns take longer and longer and longer and longer every time.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that, but in this game, your turn lasted a lot longer. A lot of times in late Civ, you might have 3 clicks in between waiting 30 to 45 seconds. So I think maybe being used to that was helpful in my case, because that's just something I got used to from playing so much Civ.
I think the fact that it's on a handheld too, I expected it to just be a little faster. I don't know, just because I don't know. I don't like playing handheld stuff for as long.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's just weird where you're just sitting there holding this thing, looking at it. And I know you can switch between characters and see, but there's not much to see. And like I said, I only played 3 demo missions, so I don't know if the look of the battlefields varies much.
Not as much as you'd think. Okay. It does, but not as much as you'd think. There was only one set of levels that I thought, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I won't spoil what it was, but there's not much variety as there probably could have been.
Right, and then in one of them, it was on 2 different levels. Mm-hmm. So there's a ground level, and then there was a higher level where I had another character.
Yeah.
And I literally couldn't see the aliens moving around, but I knew they were moving. And it was just really weird, and I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
But that being said, it is a game I'd like to try. When you're done with it, I'm glad I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
I'd probably be a little disappointed with it. Just because, like I said, it's just so bare bones. And being that I think we were all huge fans of XCOM.
Oh yeah, XCOM is for me is the best in the genre. It's for that type of game.
The hallmark,
it's the gold standard.
Yeah. So. Like I said, I think this is a good one to start off with if you think you might be interested in a turn-based strategy game.
Yeah, it's very Nintendo-y too. You can tell Nintendo has their grubby mitts all over it. It's just got a very Nintendo feel to it. I thought the story was fine. There's a lot of complaints about the story being bad too. I mean, it wasn't great or memorable or anything, but it was enough to give you context for what you were doing in the game. You weren't just going in and shooting the aliens. You actually kind of knew why you were going in to shoot the aliens. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's nothing groundbreaking or that interesting, but it's good enough, I guess.
I should say I got to use 2 characters, John Henry, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Henry Fleming.
Okay.
Those are the first 2 you start with.
Okay, I had the grenade launcher or something like that.
Oh,
he was
John Henry had the grenade launcher, and then Henry Fleming had the steam rifle.
The Henry.
Yeah, Henry
screw
Fleming.
Up. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was I? I liked the strategy of it all, though, especially later on. I should say I've played for about 20 hours.
Oh, wow.
I'm on the very last battle. I wanted to have it. I really pushed hard to have it beaten for this episode, but
good work, Dan.
Fell just short. Yeah, about 20 hours, and
wow.
I guess I bought it Friday. Was when I got
it. Surprised it's that long.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
I don't see that game holding my interest for 20 hours.
I could see that. I was gonna say I would have a hard time, even though I liked it. I would have a hard time recommending it for everybody to buy. It's kind of geared towards specific tastes.
Yep.
I think it's definitely not one for everybody to just go out and buy. You know what it's good for is if you have a buy 2 get 1 free. If you're buying a bunch of 3DS games, get Monster Hunter, get Majora's Mask, and then get Xenoblade Chronicles, and then get for your free game get Codename S.T.E.A.M.
Sure.
That would be worth it.
It is a nice little handheld game though.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times, for whatever reason, on a handheld game, I don't want to feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It just feels weird to me having something. I know I liked Monster Hunter. I never really felt overwhelmed with Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
But I feel like a game like this could feel too overwhelming. But I think it's probably for the best that it's not. It's a little more simplistic.
Yep. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, it's also got a little like third person shooter type elements. Like aiming is important and I didn't even realize that until maybe like 5 or 6 hours into the game.
You didn't read any of the hints?
Not really. No, there's like green and gold screens on the thing that if you go up to, it gives you a hint and also refills your Steam meter.
Right.
I was really more interested in filling my Steam meter than reading the hints. But
yeah. What were all the things that you can pick up? I know you can pick up coins around the battlefield. What else is there?
There's coins, which, like I said, are used to unlock more weapons. There's gears that you can collect, which are used to unlock your boiler pack, your Steam packs. Like I said, I didn't really figure out how those are different. I think like some recharge your Steam faster, some have a bigger maximum, and you can equip those based on what weapons your characters use. There's also Steam like little canister looking things that you can use to refill your Steam. There's also health books that are scattered.
They have a little heart on them.
Right? Yeah, yep, with a little heart on them. So
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I really wanted to have it finished. I'm impressed
you got that far.
Probably played like 4 hours today.
Nice.
Like I said, the handheld games are nice because when the kids are sitting nicely for a minute or two here or there, I can play the 3DS, and then when they start acting up or I need to do feed one of them or whatever it is, I can just fold the 3DS and it pauses wherever you are. It's a great system for parents.
That's a nifty feature.
Yeah, I think it is a little more friendly to that than the Vita. For whatever reason, closing the system like in half makes me feel better about pausing it.
Yeah, than just
hitting pause.
Yeah,
I don't know why. It's just a stupid mental thing.
It's genius. I think I don't know if Nintendo planned it that way, but it's like closing a laptop. Just
feel better about
closure.
It. Yeah,
Closure.
for whatever reason.
No pun intended. Will.
Oh.
So yeah, like I said, if I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 7.5. It's a decent light strategy game. I would have a very hard time recommending it for everybody. It's not for everybody. Maybe wait for it to go on sale for like $20. I don't see it having any replayability. After I beat it, and after you guys are done with it, I'll probably trade it in towards Xenoblade Chronicles 3DS.
Nice.
You can go back through and play the missions again and try to collect all the gears. Or there's also multiplayer, which I didn't play because I don't play multiplayer. But people said it's really fun, really tense. I never.
So you just play other people strategically?
Yep.
That sounds like more fun.
It probably would be a lot of fun. A lot of people. Like I said, I read a lot of reviews and comments and things, and a lot of people really like the multiplayer aspect of it. Like I said, I don't really play.
Maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, you probably would find it fun. Yeah, I think that's all. Any questions? Codename S.T.E.A.M, Corey, Will, you got anything?
My questions are more like when I actually play the game, like how many troops are on the field, but I'll figure all that out when I play.
For you, 4.
Yeah, is it 4?
Yep, you get 4 soldiers. Like I said, they're all characters from American folklore. The Wizard of Oz characters, Dorothy, the Lion, Scarecrow.
Which was your favorite to use?
The sniper, whose name was Fox, and I wasn't familiar with what she was from. I meant to look it up. But she was definitely my favorite character to use because snipers are just... I don't want to say overpowered because she doesn't do as much damage unless you're really good at targeting.
Something about a sniper.
Yeah, like being able to hit enemies from a distance is
cool.
Really useful.
Well, snipers in XCOM were pretty badass.
Oh yeah, if you had 2 snipers and then what was that armor that they could float in? The angel armor or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know what it was specifically called, but I did use that armor.
Yeah, you just fly up in the air and just pick people off.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Satisfying, when you get a good headshot from a distance.
It got to the point where the snipers were just leveled up so much higher than everybody.
Yeah.
It just killed everything.
Yeah, playing Codename S.T.E.A.M made me want to play XCOM again really bad.
It's the reason I asked Will to bring Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Well, plus I never gave it a fair shot.
Yeah.
I played it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just never went back to it.
It's fantastic. You should get balls deep into it sometime. It's by the same developer as Codename S.T.E.A.M.
Right.
So
right.
That's all I got for Codename S.T.E.A.M.
Pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
It seems like a pass for me.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it that much, Corey. I really don't.
I don't think you would either, just from what I played. I think the right one of us played it.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement for that. Definitely, I would be the one to like it the best, and probably will like it the best out of all of us. So that's that. Nibble bits. I'll go first with Nibble bits.
All right.
A few Windows 10 announcements. The first being that Windows 10 will be available for free to anyone with a copy of Windows 7, 8, and 8.1. Will even be free, and will even be free for pirated copies of Windows. Is that crazy or what?
Yeah, I saw that they're okay with that.
Yeah, I think they just. It makes sense. I think that I want to say that I had heard rumors that would be the case, like maybe a couple weeks ago. But it makes sense because it brings everybody in, or potentially brings everybody into the Windows 10 ecosystem, and that's good for their App Store, the App Store visibility and all that fun stuff.
If they're allowing pirates to get it for free, why don't they just make the whole thing free?
It is free.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's going to be free for
a year, right?
For a year, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it was if you had a specific update of Windows 8, 8.2, isn't it?
No, it's Windows 7, 8, 8.1.
Oh, wow.
And then pirated copies of said systems, probably mostly Windows 7.
Oh, okay.
If I had to guess. Windows 10 will also launch this summer, so that's exciting. I'm mostly excited about DirectX 12 for Windows 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to improve PC gaming. But apparently, there's pretty big performance gains with DirectX 12 over 11, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Corey, any thoughts?
On Windows 10 free stuff?
Yeah.
I think it's the right move. And they also, I don't know if you mentioned this, the Internet Explorer they're doing away with.
Yeah, their new what's their new browser called? Oh, the Project Spartan.
Yeah.
I think is what it's called for now. I don't know what they're ultimately going to call it, but
More Cortana?
yeah, it's going to probably have Cortana integration, which I think will be fun for a little bit, and then probably get bored with it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Siri.
Yeah.
They don't really use Siri a lot.
No.
The only time I use Siri is if I need to set an alarm. You can just say, like, set timer for 30 minutes. It's easier than going in and, doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it, yeah.
And then I'll, like, if I'm driving, I'll just press the button and say directions to blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then she pulls it up. But then you get Apple Maps, which still suck.
I've heard that from a lot of places.
Yeah.
Why can't they use Google? Oh, they had it falling out with Google, didn't they?
You can download the Google Maps app
Okay.
now.
It's just Siri is not integrated with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you're asking Siri, she's giving you the Apple stuff.
Just say, Siri, look in my Google Maps and tell me how to get to...
Well, that's what they need to do. Like, I don't know how many apps have integration with Siri, but it would be nice to say, like, open Spotify, play, blah, blah, blah.
I think Cortana's supposed to be able to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe that's a stipulation of getting your app on the Windows App Store,
Right.
It might be like
a
program
requirement.
the SDK or whatever.
Could
Anyway, that's Windows 10. I'm looking forward to it. The Elder Scrolls Online for PC and Mac will no longer require a subscription fee. New players will still have to purchase a copy of the game initially, same as Guild Wars 2 model, but then the game, along with its regular content updates, will be free. Will, you going to go back to it at all?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't you and Johnny talking about that last night?
Maybe.
That's right. Johnny was trying to goad him into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably will.
Guild Wars 2, man.
I mean,
I bought Guild Wars
it's
to
my
play.
it's my MMO of choice.
Guild
What
Wars.
is?
Guild Wars.
Why don't we play? There's too much to play right now.
There's
There
a lot
really
to
is.
play.
That's the problem with MMOs. 'Cause
I know.
It takes, like, a good day to feel like you've really accomplished anything.
Not only that, but I feel like it's the same problem with these MOBAs. Like, you can feel like you accomplished something in a game, but I need to play
Multiple.
5 matches at least.
Yeah.
To feel satisfied.
Yeah, for a satisfying feeling.
Not just that, but to be like halfway decent at any MMORPG, you have to
Right.
sink a lot of time
It's the same with
into gear and
Right.
just your skill level in general. Which I think was our problem when we tried to do our raids, and we always got our asses whipped, Corey.
We had a great time, though.
We did, but I don't think any of us were very good at that.
No.
Because I was decent for a little while, but it was at World versus World.
I don't even remember what kind of character I had.
You had a necromancer.
So yeah, I did too.
How do you remember that?
Because I played for 600 some odd hours.
Jesus.
That's why.
Man.
You're a champion, Dan.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I would play it again, but
I'm in.
I've got so much to play.
Dan, help me hit level cap.
You're not
It's
at the level cap?
It's pretty.
No.
That's the easiest MMORPG to hit level cap.
At no point do you feel like, man, this is a grind.
Yeah.
I never felt that way when I played.
Yeah, because even when I hit level, like mostly just exploring and stuff, and doing the stupid side quests and stuff. Like I hit level 80 before I even did all that stuff.
I remember I left off in the human starting zone, maybe.
Yeah.
And I was doing all the points of interest and everything. I was like 100%ing the areas.
Yeah.
That's where I left off.
Yeah, I 100% of the map. I had at one point I had everything. The world versus world zones, which took me forever.
Are there new zones?
There's a few new ones since you last played, yeah.
Okay.
But the expansion's coming out at some point, I think this year.
And that'll be even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's exciting.
I'm very excited for it.
Because there's a lot of unused space on that map, I noticed.
Yes, there is.
So.
Yes, there is. My next nibble bit, EA and DICE are set to officially reveal Star Wars Battlefront next month at the Star Wars Celebration, held in Anaheim, California, April 16th to 19th. A quote from EA, quote, "We could not think of a better or more appropriate place to debut the game officially for the first time than the premiere event that celebrates the Star Wars universe and the legions of fans who have fallen in love with it." End quote.
That could be boner worthy.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Battlefront.
It's going to be sweet.
I know. So we've got to decide, though. PC?
I'm getting it for whatever you guys get it on.
Well, I have to get it for PC.
It's probably going to have to be PC.
It is then.
Okay. Corey?
That's fine.
You're in for Battlefront, right?
Yeah, you'll get it on Steam, right?
No, it's got to be Origin.
I don't know. We'll
What do you
see.
mean?
I have no money, so
Yeah.
I'd like to get it, but
You sticking with the Blizzard games.
yeah.
They're free.
Ones that are free.
Hey,
Nice.
God, I wish I could do that. I just don't. Can't. I'm an idiot.
So yeah, that's I'm really excited to hear about that and see how I think DICE was the right developer for it.
Yeah, if I were to pick any developer, it'd be them. I just hope they do a good job with the launch.
Yeah, that's true. Because I've heard of some hardline problems already.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 had like a year of issues.
Yeah. I don't think they can do that.
What did you hear about
sure.
Hardline?
I heard connection problems.
I haven't had any.
Yeah.
I put a lot.
Both Xbone and PS4.
I haven't had any at all.
Nice.
But that's for next week.
Yeah. And that's my last little bit. Will, what do you got?
Hey, my first one is that Civilization 5 Complete, which includes all the DLC, is on Green Man Gaming for $10. If you don't own that game, you should definitely do that because that's a great deal.
Yeah.
It's a steal. Eric, are you going to do it?
I might. I don't know. I got Bloodborne coming out next week, and I try to set my budget accordingly.
Yeah.
And I bought a stim pack on HOTS last night.
There's
God
$5 of
damn it.
of the 10.
4.
Is it 4?
It's $4 for the week.
I have not spent a single cent in that game yet.
I've put 350, 7, almost $20 in.
Believe me, I'm going to start spending money on it soon. Tyrael's $4.
Johnny bought Tyrael today. Said it was the first one he bought.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up buying Tyrael.
Yeah. You like that one?
Yeah. Well, this leads me to my next nibble bit. The next Here's the Storm patch is coming out. They said early next week. They think it's going to be Tuesday unless something bad happens, then it'll be Thursday. It's going to include a new map. I don't know if you watched the presentation for or the panel?
I saw the new map.
Yeah, okay. So it's called Tomb of the Spider Queen, and it's a really small map with 2 lanes, and it's like really small area in between the 2 lanes.
I love that.
So it's going to be cool, and it has a really nice purple art style to it. So that'll be fun. It's going to have a new character, Sylvanas, from the Warcraft series.
Do we know what the mechanic is in that map?
They explained it. I don't remember. Something about a giant spider helping you.
Yeah. None of it made sense to me because I haven't played HOTS yet, but...
Which we'll get on that with you.
Yeah, I did. Will sent me a beta code, so I do have it. It's installed on my computer, so
Tonight?
Yeah.
I could probably play tonight.
Oh, yes.
That'll be awesome.
Hots?
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this puppy up.
But people have been complaining about the content pace for Heroes of the Storm because it's a beta and it's a mobile and it needs a lot of content. Blizzard said that they believe in it's finished when it's finished, but they're going to try their best to start putting out more stuff frequently. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. They're giving more insight on the developing of the game. I'm really excited about this game. I really hope they keep with it and it becomes popular.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's popular or not. I'm going to keep playing it.
I was just thinking, like, I hope it doesn't become League of Legends big because then all the League of Legends people come over and that's when it'll
ruin everything.
It'll get really, like, toxic and that's not fun.
Yeah, and then I'm going to quit playing.
Unless we have a 5-man team the whole time. Which
Well,
is
yeah,
possible.
and if we get really good before that happens,
Oh, yeah.
then we might be in business.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking with fire.
There'll be more Heroes talk later and what we played.
God.
That's it for my nibble bits, Dan.
Nice. Eric, what do you got?
I got a couple, Dan. I just want to ask a question real quick. Did anybody cover in their nibble bits any of the PlayStation View or Sling TV stuff? Okay, I'm going to go over that too. Let's see. My first one, Rory McIlroy is going to replace Tiger Woods as the EA Golf cover boy.
Nice.
So that's a cool choice. I like Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, I
What
do
happened
too.
to Tiger?
His life just fell apart.
Really did.
He has an addiction.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Tiger. The poor bastard. We probably shouldn't pile on him. He's got enough going on. On to my next one. Actually, I'll do this one last, and Corey and I can kind of tie it together. So I'll get into the TV stuff. If you're looking to cut the cord with cable, which a lot of people are, I know that we're kind of proponents of that. A couple of options have come out. PlayStation View came out the other day. That was announced a little while ago. It's going to be Sony's secondary option to cable. The pricing was not known until then, and it's pretty expensive. The access package is $50. Core package is $60 a month, and the elite package is $70 a month. So the base access package comes with some CBS channels, Fox, NBC, Animal Planet, CNN, Comedy Central, Fox Sports. ESPN is not in there. I know that's probably a big one for a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the bigger ones that are on that list. At $50, it's still a cheaper option than cable, really. Yeah. What do you think of that?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
The one channel that I would actually probably watch on cable is not on there, which is NBC Sports.
It is on there.
Oh, is it? Is it?
It is.
Okay, that's the one I would want. So like for me, only wanting one channel.
The thing is like Sling TV for me, and I'm going to go over their channels next, is perfect, except it's missing NBC Sports.
Right.
Well, it's actually, for me, it's missing NBC Sports and Fox Sports because those are big soccer channels.
Right.
If it had those, I would buy it.
Yeah.
I really would. Yeah. I wouldn't even think twice.
I feel like all of those they're all missing one or two things.
One of
They're
them
so
has
close.
something that I want the other one to have, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is kind of in like a beta right now in bigger cities. I know New York City and Philadelphia are two of them.
I think Chicago's the other one.
Yeah, Chicago sounds right. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with all that. And Sling TV came out on Xbox One, so that's the first console to get Sling TV. That has ESPN and ESPN2 in its base package for $20 a month. It's also got like Home and Garden TV, TBS, Food Network, TNT, CNN for news, and then it does have like $5 packages to upgrade. So it's got like a sports package that has beIN Sport, which has the French Soccer League. It has Univision, which has the Spanish Soccer League, and a couple of other weird sports channels, kind of off the beaten path stuff. But that starts at $20 a month. If you have an Xbox One and you sign up, you get a whole month for free instead of the usual 7-day trial.
Okay.
So it's probably worth at least checking out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so that's another option for you if you've been thinking about getting rid of cable. My last one that Corey and I can kind of tie together with ours. Nintendo came out and announced that they are developing what is known right now as the NX hardware console for their next move for your home console entertainment.
Did they say it's a console?
I think they did say that,
Because
right?
some people think it's going to be a phone.
Well, I know they're developing for mobile, which is Corey's thing, but I thought they said it was going to be a console.
Maybe.
I was a little confused by the whole thing.
The NX is a console.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So that's coming. And along with Corey, if you want to take it from there.
You can pre-order it too, apparently.
Yeah, I saw you could already pre-order it.
Yeah, the big retailers, I guess. Yeah, so they just, I guess they sort of teased that because they were worried about how people would react to the other news, like them developing for mobile, which they are going to start doing, which we've been talking about for years. A lot of people said that would solve all their issues. I don't know if it solves all their issues, but
No.
no, you're right. It probably doesn't. But
I hate that idea.
they're working with a major Japanese mobile developer called DENA. I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced or if it's Dina or whatever. I don't know. But Satoru Iwata said it would not be as simple as them just dumping all their classic 8 and 16-bit games on mobile phones and calling it good. They want it to be sustainable, and they feel that putting those older games as they are on mobile devices would ruin the Nintendo experience. Yes, you'd have great Nintendo games on phones, but they wouldn't play like great Nintendo games because those games weren't designed for mobile.
I agree wholeheartedly with that statement.
So they're going to do something a little bit different, make it a little more sustainable. Apparently, the Pokemon Shuffle that they released for free and that Big Rusty's baseball game was sort of their step in that direction to prepare for this. So I guess we're going to see more games kind of like that. And that's Nintendo for mobile.
Yeah, I don't mind if they come up with new stuff to put on mobile. I don't like the whole port all your Mario games onto mobile devices. That's just they're just gonna they're gonna start breaking in dough on the free games and then they're gonna start making crap, because they can.
Yeah,
that's how I feel like it's gonna go.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about the console announcement already?
I don't know. I mean, what's the Wii U been out for 3 years?
3 years.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes out in like 2 years, like
they
whatever.
said you will know more next year.
Yeah. I can't imagine. Like I bet you the PlayStation and Xbox are already like planning out their next console.
Sure.
Like that's not a big deal. I'll probably buy it just because it's Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Are you nervous at all about them like pushing back any of the games that are supposed to come out, like Zelda?
No, I don't think so. No.
Dan, I will tell you, it'll have a bad launch lineup.
Probably. Well,
I'm sure we're a ways out.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably at least 2 years.
2017.
Yeah.
Oh, I should say, as part of the mobile thing, another of their strategies for it was to, whether this will actually work or not, was to drive traffic to their consoles and drive awareness to their consoles by like introducing Nintendo characters through these inexpensive or free mobile games, which may or may not happen.
Right.
I mean, I see like the Angry Birds merch. I went to the Salvation Army here in Utica like a month ago, and they had a whole table that was just Angry Birds merchandise. And it kind of made me wonder, like, did a store just give them all their leftover swag, like Angry Birds swag, like the dolls and the plushies and all that stuff? So who knows if that actually works?
I think Rovio was what worked or went overboard on trying to promote Angry Birds as an actual brand. Because like it was a decent mobile game, but that was it. They tried to turn it into like a television series, and they're trying to give personality to the Angry Birds. It's like it was a mobile game. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know too much about this, but they also announced like what their new subscription program is going to be that's replacing Club Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know too much about it, but I know that they did talk about that too.
Yeah, you're right. They did mention that, but I didn't read enough about it.
And they're trying to like make everything connected in some sort of way.
Yeah, because apparently they felt that was one of their biggest mistakes with the 3DS and the Wii U is not having associated platform between the two.
I can agree with that.
Sure. I mean, I think we all kind of wanted that more out of the Xbox, too, with Windows. Which we sort of got, I guess. But
I love like how the PS4 and the Vita work together.
Exactly, yeah.
Great. The Wii U, they can always just go back and say, well, you can use your gamepad.
Yeah.
As a handheld. And you can. It's a bulky-ass handheld, but I've used it like for Smash Brothers just laying in bed.
Yeah.
You know?
I played Hyrule Warriors almost exclusively on the little gamepad.
Did you really?
Yeah, like 70 hours or however many hours I
Wow.
put into that game.
Damn.
I didn't like it for Mario Kart because it was a little too big.
Yeah.
I like the Pro controller for Mario Kart.
Right.
So
Cool.
So that's that. Some other good news. Joe Montana Football 16 is on the way.
All right.
Is that was official?
That is, well, all we know is what Joe Montana himself has teased. Apparently he's been teasing it since July. This is the first I'm reading about it, though. You guys remember anything about that before?
Oh.
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
Was he so drunk recently?
I was gonna
Is
say
that,
he was
like-
drunk and he was trolling people on Twitter.
Oh no, it's Joe Namath that gets hammered up,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes.
Gets liquored up and goes to Twitter.
He gets liquored up and hits on the sideline broadcasters is what he does.
He
I
turns
could
into a
kiss-
liquor Grinch.
I could just kiss you. Remember the
great.
classic.
Yep.
Um,
Was it like Michelle Trefoya or something like that?
It's Pam Oliver.
It
Was
was
it
Pam Oliver.
Pam
Yeah,
Oliver?
yeah. Great clip if you've never seen it. But back to video games.
yeah, so apparently he's been tweeting about it here and there, and there's also Operation Sports is the name of this developer. One of the guys there has been teasing that he's working on a top secret sports project, and apparently this is it. So Joe Montana said that it's going to run on Unreal Engine 4. There have been postings, rumors on message boards that it will be coming to the PC and Xbox One, and it will release in mid to late July. And it is an officially licensed NFL game. I don't know how they manage that. And 2K is involved somehow, but all of those are just what were posted on a forum.
I feel like I read somewhere too that everybody that has seen it or I don't know, played it, whatever the case is, has said it's really awesome.
I'm
Let's
very,
hope.
I'm very interested. Runs on Unreal 4. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And not. I like that they're using that instead of EA Sports using their own
Ignite.
crappy engines that never seem to. Yeah, that's the new one, right?
Remember when they were pumping that a couple years ago at E3,
Yeah.
like with the NBA?
People don't care about what engine you're using. Generally, your average consumer doesn't care what engine it's running on.
Our new dribble tech.
Yeah, remember that? They were just
Triple tech.
gaga over the dribbling mechanics that were going on
That
with
nobody
Kyrie
notices.
Irving and the Cavaliers, I think it was.
Oh
It was
my
so stupid.
And didn't that
God.
game end up sucking too?
Yep.
Or is that the
Yeah.
one that got canceled?
That's the one that sucked.
Okay, because I know
I
one.
think
of
it's
the
on
NBA
EA Access. I should try it.
Yeah.
I'll be this game's biggest supporter.
Dude, I hope it
definitely.
works out. I hope
I do
it's
too.
great.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
As long as
Yo-
it doesn't suck.
Yeah. And you said that's not PS4, huh?
According to the rumors, you can't put any stock behind them, but I figured I'd include them because there's really not much to go on with the game.
That'd be a nice get for them.
Yeah.
I just heard about a turn-based football game called Blood Bowl. That kind of piqued my interest. It was right before we started the episode, so I didn't get to read on it. But I think I have a Blood Bowl game on my Steam library.
That's an interesting combination.
Is Blood Bowl that football board game?
It might be.
I'll look it up.
That might be the video game version. I'm pretty sure I have it in my Steam library. I'm gonna look right now. I think I got it as part of a Humble Bundle.
Now you got me thinking about Bloodborne again.
We're not too far off from that, are we?
One
No.
week,
Nice.
Whoa.
Tuesday.
Are you getting it, Will?
Nope.
Damn it.
Will's Pow.
Beyond poor.
Well, while you're looking that up, Eric, about Blood Bowl, Square Enix announced today that Final Fantasy XI for PS2 and Xbox 360 will be shut down in March of 2016. I forgot that game was on the PS2 and 360, but that's sad news for those handful of hardcore Final Fantasy 11ers on last-gen consoles.
I have. Yeah. I hear you. I have Blood Bowl Legendary Edition in my Steam library.
It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it does.
Sports strategy game.
Is it the board game?
No.
It's based on Warhammer. Inspired by the Warhammer Fantasy World, Blood Bowl is an ultra-violent combination of strategy and sports games.
Apparently there's a tablet game too.
I'm going to give it a shot.
What's that football board game I played? That was pretty fun.
I don't know. But anyway, continue with Nibble Bits, Corey.
Well, now I need to know. Oh yeah, it is. It's Blood Bowl.
Okay.
Blood Bowl 3rd edition.
Yeah, it's based off the Warhammer universe, apparently.
Yeah, I played the board game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the task at hand. And also, Square Enix announced that we will be getting a mobile version of Final Fantasy XI for smartphones in Japan and South Korea to start. I didn't read too much about it, but it is pretty much playing the game, but it's optimized and streamlined for mobile devices.
I don't know how that's possible.
You got me, Dan.
I could see maybe on a tablet where there was a little bit of real estate, but on a phone?
Yeah.
You know, some people have like the iPhone 5 or 5S or whatever with the small screen. Like,
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd be doing your major raids on your smartphone.
yeah,
You know,
just leveling.
on the bus or anything. You'll just be doing chores.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. I don't know. But I thought that was interesting. Like a full MMO RPG ported to smartphones.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's ever happened before.
No.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's it.
That's all you got?
Yes, sir.
How was your week, Corey?
It was good. I went to the Utica Zoo today.
Depressing as most zoos.
Yeah, I have a hard time going to zoos. I always leave more depressed than when I arrived.
Oh, absolutely.
But what made it kind of nice was that we were the only people visiting the zoo. We were the only ones there. So it didn't feel as, sick as the zoo can get when it's a hot day in July and there's screaming kids everywhere and people banging on the glass and trying to get the animals to react. It was a
I
little
don't
more.
know. Empty Zoo seems kind of depressing too.
There's nothing that zoos are just depressing anyways you look at it.
Yeah.
Packed, empty.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was. I guess what I'm saying is it was far less depressing when it was just us and the animals, and it was, it's 25 degrees today, but at least it was sunny.
Yeah.
We got to see him feed the sea lions, and the sea lions seemed happy, but the monkeys, they were just in cages, and they looked like they were ready to hang themselves.
The last zoo I went to, I
Pardon the
can't
pun.
remember where it was, but there was like an orangutan sitting there in this window. It looked so pissed off and miserable. And it was just sitting there chewing on grass, staring at people in the window. And finally, like, everybody's just staring at it. So it just spit all its grass out onto the window. And I was like, good for you, man.
Was it the Binghamton Zoo, Eric?
I don't know.
Because that was the one I went to and left and was just like, good God,
The place is awful.
I never want to go back.
I don't think it was the Binghamton Zoo. I think it might have been in Syracuse.
Oh, okay. But
Ugh.
it was the lions were cool.
Sure.
They looked regal atop their rocks, Pride Rock.
I do love animals.
Yeah, I do too. And I mean, like the farm animals are fine because they're domesticated anyway. You know,
Right.
like the alpacas and stuff. They don't exist in the wild anymore.
You'd rather go to on a safari where you can see animals.
Sure.
That was
And
amazing.
you just drive around in a truck, and there's that element of danger.
Yeah.
Still. You could drive through a river and get taken out by a hippo or
You've
something.
had a bad day on Heroes of the Storm and might just think about sticking your head between a lion's jaws.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's always that nature's revenge aspect when you
Yeah.
go out on a safari.
Just to tie it to video
Yeah.
games.
I want the animal to feel like it has even odds. Like
Or better.
man versus nature. Like
Well-
there's no fence stopping me from eating you.
Man's pretty squishy when you compare to lions and hippos and stuff like that.
Quite squishy.
Yeah.
So I had that moment when I made eye contact with one of the lions. I'm like, if it were me and you out in the safari, you'd win.
Yeah.
I had that moment with a gorilla at a
Hands
zoo
down.
that I went to. This thing, I'm telling you, I know that the glass is there, but man, what an intimidating
Oh,
beast.
Yeah.
Like just a manly gorilla just staring at you, just looking. It's like, and I just think to myself, he's thinking about, I could fucking rip you apart.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you. He's just looking at me thinking that.
Yep.
I'm like, you're right, man. You got me.
You almost feel like they could punch through the window.
Yeah,
too.
you do. I don't stand there too long because I'm like, that thing can punch through that glass. I just know he can.
Yeah.
Ugh. But gorillas are my favorite animal.
Nice.
If anybody's interested.
I like elephants because they hide in trees.
What?
Whoa.
You guys have never seen an elephant in a tree?
No.
No.
It's because they're really good at it.
Jesus.
Shut up,
All
Corey.
right, we're stopping the podcast right now.
Off the rails.
Can't believe I even remotely fell for that.
It's just one of those things that's just so crazy. You're like, maybe it does happen.
I watched started watching The Jinx, which is an HBO show about Rob Durst.
Who's
Oh.
Rob Durst?
He's a guy that killed his wife in the 90s and maybe killed somebody else. We don't know for sure.
Any relation to Fred Durst?
That was the very first question I asked my girlfriend.
Former Limp Bizkit frontman, for those wondering.
She said no, but I'm sure somewhere down the line.
Yeah. Distant relative.
How does she know that for
Comes
sure?
from a long line of proud Dursts.
But it's a really well done documentary, and it ends with a bang.
I should watch it. I'm always interested in stuff like that.
You know
it
what? When I first saw a thing for that show, I thought it was like a TV show. I didn't think it was a documentary series.
Yeah.
I thought it was a TV show that was supposed to look like a documentary series. I didn't know it was all real. And then I heard that guy he's in prison and not going to be released on bail because he's on suicide watch.
Yeah,
Did you say this was on Netflix?
it's HBO.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, Dan, it is. It's TV show worthy. Just the craziness behind the whole story and how it
Nice.
unfolds.
What's this,
Nutty bastard, is he?
Oh, he's a whack job.
what's this called again?
The Jinx.
The Jinx.
Yeah, I just read that today or yesterday about the suicide watch thing, and
I'll have to look into
I
that.
thought it was interesting. That's when I knew that it was an actual show and not a show that was supposed to look like a documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Or an actual documentary, not a show. You know what I mean?
I got
Anyway.
you.
What else, got anything else going on this week, Corey?
That's it. You know, I've just been doing my thing.
Well, you will. What do you got?
I had a busy week.
Yes, you did.
So it was Saturday morning. Me and my dad drove up to Buffalo for the Rangers Sabres game. One of his friends got him 2 tickets, and it was right in front of the goal the Rangers shot twice, and it was probably 4 rows from the glass. So we're right there.
Easy ticket this year.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Surprised. I mean, it was sold out, but
Was it really?
the Rangers chants were deafening. The only time you heard a Sabres chant was when the Rangers ones were going, but the Ranger chants quickly drowned out any "Let's go Sabres."
Well, it's because nobody wants the Sabres to go.
No one wants the Sabres to win because they want that first pick.
I wondered how many people were actually Sabres fans rooting for the Rangers. Because in our section, it was all, I saw 2 Sabres stuff. It was all Rangers jerseys and shirts. Literally, it was pretty much, I would say 70-30 was the breakdown for Rangers to Sabres fans.
Nice.
What a good, Buffalo, as bad as their team is, does not give up. They play really, really hard. And
So I said against the
You
Predators.
might as well.
yeah, I was really impressed with Marcus Foligno and Rasmus Ristolainen. Those were the 2 that
Foligno's a hard worker.
He really is. Started the game, always hitting, trying to get the team pumped up. Brian Giunta is another guy I liked watching. But the Rangers were just so fast. I was actually shocked because watching them on TV,
You don't get a sense of the speed of the game.
the Rangers, when they got the puck, just were so fast with it. Hagelin is the Energizer Bunny out there. Same with Zuccarello. They're flying everywhere. I was really impressed with Hayes and Dominic Moore. Even Jesper Fost. The only player I didn't notice at all during the game was Derek Stepan. And just because I didn't see him didn't mean he didn't have a good game. Because the players can do a bunch of little things that make them really valuable.
Yeah.
I just wasn't watching him very much. I
You
was
noticed Dan Boyle?
I did. He was paired with Yandel a couple times. That's why
that's
I noticed him. Because I was watching Yandel because he's on my fantasy team. And he scored a goal, which I was pumped. But yeah, Kevin Hayes was great. Rick Nash is unbelievable. The things he was doing with the puck to just pass off. And
For
stuff.
such a giant man, too.
they couldn't take the puck from him.
He's a
It was
beast.
crazy. Yeah, it was a ton of fun watching the game.
Yeah, if you ever get the opportunity, like if you have a minor league hockey team in your town, go and sit really close. You really get a sense for how big the players are and how fast the game is.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't really look that fast on TV for the most part, but
yeah, because I mean, on what day was it? Sunday when we were watching the Otters, which I'll get to in a second. We were watching the highlights from the Ranger game, and it just looked so much slower
Yeah.
than being there.
yeah,
What'd you think of the arena?
It's actually a really nice arena.
It is,
it's
isn't
nice.
Yeah, like the area around like the arena and everything was nice.
It's
Like
getting built up.
it really is because like
It's the Pagulas.
and the weather was pretty typical of what I expected. It was rainy, cold, foggy.
You should have been there when my fiance and I went to the game. Oh,
Awful.
God, was it cold, and you had to park so far away. I'm like, oh, what a miserable walk back to the car.
Yeah, when we went to the Predators game, when we walked in, it was decent. It was a little bit chilly, but when we came out of the game, it was like 13 below zero
Yeah,
with the wind
wind.
just whipping.
Oh,
Oof.
It was awful.
yeah. Did you park by the Pearl Street Grill?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
where
a,
we
it's
parked.
a decent walk.
It is a good walk.
It's like what 3 blocks, maybe 4 blocks.
Yeah, but it feels like 103 blocks when it's like
and
that out.
and the sidewalks were all covered in snow.
Sure.
And
Because
slush.
the snow out there is unbelievable. Like I said, when we were driving home, the only way I could tell I was on the road because it was snowing like crazy was because the snowbanks on the side of the road were so high.
Oh my god.
And there were 8 feet 8-foot snowbanks probably.
Wow, we went at the right time.
Yeah, because they got some snow melt at that point.
Yeah, because we walked from our hotel, which was by the Pearl Street Brewery.
Yeah.
If you go down, you know how there's like that little parkish area,
Yeah.
and you turn right, the Adams Mark, that's right there. That's where we stayed. So it was a little bit further than that, but it wasn't too bad of a walk. But the game was great. So I didn't see any McDavid equipment there.
No.
No.
I saw some Erie Otters and McDavid stuff when I went to the Sabres game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Which leads me into Sunday. We got up at 8. I think we left at 8 and drove down to Erie, Pennsylvania, which is only a little under 2 hours.
I was gonna
from
say it's not
Buffalo.
that far.
Yeah, and to watch the Erie Otters play against the Kitchener Rangers, to watch Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid's unbelievable.
Who's going to be the next NHL superstar?
He
In Buffalo.
Hopefully Buffalo.
Oh, God, I hope so.
that would be the perfect spot for him.
I'm
too.
really hoping he doesn't go to Edmonton.
They'll
Arizona.
just love him so
me.
much.
and it's close to Erie, and I guess he's like a really great person too.
I've heard that, like, between him and Eichel's kind of a dickhead.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah.
He's going to Boston University.
Yeah,
so.
and McDavid just kind of quiet and just does his job.
He's like everything I hear, like he's humble, like he always tries and likes to have fun with his teammates and stuff like that. I equate it to like if you're with a group of people, he's the friend that if you do something stupid, that he's like, guys, you shouldn't do that, but he gets dragged in with everything. He's that kind of person, it seems like.
Yeah.
But like watching him play, like
Come on, guys.
he probably he scored a goal within the first 3 minutes of the game.
Did
As
he?
soon as it started,
How many points do you end up with?
3 that game, 2 assists.
Under his average, isn't it?
Yeah,
Doesn't he average like 5?
something crazy.
he gets 5. I think he's averaging it was like 2.5 points per game, which is
Oh,
insane.
okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the juniors, just for anybody who doesn't know, is like 16 through 18-year-olds
16 through 20.
16 through 20 in like a Canadian hockey. It's called the Ontario Hockey League, which is what he's in. And there's 2 other leagues that are the WHL, which is the Western Hockey League, and the QMJHL, which is the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. So those are the 3 like big leagues in Canada, and some of them come down to the United States.
There's a couple of teams in the United States.
Yeah.
In all of the leagues, even the QMJHL, there's a couple teams, at least one team in Maine.
Yeah, in Maine. So and it was cool, like when we got there, because it was I think it was the last home game of the year before they'd be going to the playoffs.
Oh.
How it worked is like these kids. I never really realized all of this. I just I know about those leagues, but I don't know how it all worked with the players. Like they live with families in the area,
Oh.
so like they leave their homes and like at 15, which McDavid was 15 when he went into this, like move in with a family in the area, and they get implemented into this like the local school and stuff like that. So like at the start of the game, like when you're a senior in high school and they have the senior night, and you like bring up the flowers to your parents and get a picture. They did that with their families that they were
Really?
staying with, and it was pretty cool to see like where everybody was staying with.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was really neat. It was cool. Like it was something I never really thought about with the OHL and stuff like that. But Connor McDavid was unbelievable. He had 2 assists. The Buffalo Sabre is Nick Baptiste.
Yeah.
He was really good. Plays hard. He was on the penalty kill a lot, hit people, hard worker. And there's Dylan Strome, who had over 100 points on the team. He's going to be a top 10 pick in this year's draft. He was pretty unbelievable. He was the only other player that had any representation with the gear, the shirts and stuff.
Oh.
Was Strome. And then there's a 5'8" guy named Alex DeBrincat who just came on the team and he has 90 points this year. We scored 2 goals that McDavid set up.
Yeah.
And he was really good. But like McDavid, very impressive. He stole a puck and just blew past somebody when he stole it, and like another defenseman was coming down and he almost still scored. It should have been a shutout. It should have been that game was 5-1. But what happened in the third period, for whatever reason, the referee kept calling penalties on Erie, and they spent I would say 14 minutes of the 20 minutes on the penalty kill. And the goal that Kitchener scored went off 2 Erie players into the net. So like it wasn't even really a goal.
Wow.
Kitchener was pretty bad, even though they were in like the Memorial Cup playoffs. But
Are they hosting?
no.
Because I know the host team gets like an automatic bid.
Oh,
into
it's like the World
playoffs.
Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know who was hosting. I think maybe it's it's Montreal, I think, or Quebec. It's one of those. The person we're staying with, which is our dad's friend.
Yeah.
I think he said it was either Quebec or Montreal.
Yeah, because they automatically get into the playoffs.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's who it would be. It'd be in the QMJHL. But what was I gonna say? I don't remember.
Did you see the Sabres are shopping their second first rounder?
Really?
Yep.
Because it's the Islanders one, right?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. You don't know if they traded that one already?
No, that might. Yeah, I think it is the Islanders.
Okay.
So McDavid has 45 games played, 43 goals, 72 assists for 115 points in 45 games.
Jesus.
Disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the Islanders. Well, it depends. They traded their 3rd first-round pick. They traded the lower of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
They told them. They don't know whose it is
Okay.
officially, but yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I want to try and go up when they're in the Memorial Cup playoffs because they had 96 points or whatever. And the other 2 good teams were Sault Ste. Marie and Oshawa.
Mm-hmm.
They have a potential to go and probably they could win the Memorial Cup. So if they go far, like I really want to go to Erie and or wherever it is and see them play.
Mm-hmm.
Be fun.
Yeah, I think the way it works is the 3 champions of each league and then the host city playing a tournament for the Memorial Cup.
Okay.
That's
So you have to win your league, like I said, between the OHL, WHL, and QMJHL, and then the host is the 4th team.
How would it work if the host team won the conference or whatever?
I don't know.
I wonder how that would happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I
second place.
haven't followed it that. It might be second place.
Yeah, they could. Okay, I wondered that. I wasn't sure how many teams were in the official Memorial Cup playoff thing, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then I came home and to Binghamton.
Isn't that the worst?
It really is. I always get really depressed when I go to like visit Corey. Like when I visit him in New York City, and like when I go to Clinton or when I go somewhere, then I come back here.
Yeah, when I went down to Brooklyn the last time, and we were going out to bars and watching the soccer games and doing whatever, and I come home and it's just like, God, this fucking sucks.
It really does.
Ugh,
Just go back up to my room and I'm like,
there's nothing to do.
let's play video games. I guess.
Ugh.
I told my friends, I'm like, we're living somewhere where there's either an NHL, AHL, or like a junior league team because I want to watch hockey. That's my week. I don't really think I did anything else other than that.
It's a lot.
Yeah, handed out some Heroes of the Storm keys to people.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the squad together.
I did. Gave one to Dan, Corey's friend. I don't remember the other people.
Getting the band back together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gave Tito and his cousin one,
Oh,
too.
nice.
Yeah, they were interested in playing.
Where are you getting all these keys?
Me and Johnny both got 4 emailed to us, and he gave one out and didn't have anybody else to give them to.
How'd you get 4? I haven't even gotten 1.
I got into I'm with the Founders Pack. I think that's how you got them, maybe.
You had to buy into it.
Yeah. That's the only money I've actually like legitimately spent on the game was the Founders Pack, which I traded in games for. But that's it for me, Dan.
Okay. What about you, Eric? What do you got?
Just a couple of brief television suggestions. haven't really done too much other than video game this week. I watched an older Louis C.K. stand-up called Shameless. Fucking hilarious. It is so funny. I love that guy. He's so good at like explaining just regular old everyday stuff that you always think about in such a funny way, and how the dumbest stuff pisses you off. There's one bit about his sex life. This was back when he was still married. About his sex life and the saddest hand job of all time. Oh my god, I nearly pissed myself.
Nice.
Highly recommended. If you're a Louis C.K. fan, especially, and you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. He is my favorite comedian, so I think you should watch it anyway.
Yeah.
And somebody suggested a show to me called Broad City, and that is on Amazon Prime. I don't know what else it's on. It's actually pretty funny. It's really strange. It's about these two girls who are best friends, and they're a couple of potheads, and they don't like. One of them works for some kind of weird company where they try to search out deals or something like that and tell people about them. I don't know, something weird. The other one is like maintenance at a gym, and she's hoping to be like a personal trainer, but they just take advantage of her.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like the stupid shit that they get themselves into and the weird relationships that they have. And it was actually really funny. I have never seen my fiance laugh as hard as she did watching that show.
Nice.
So, yeah, I liked it too. So check that one out. I think that's it, though.
Cool. The only thing I have is I had a few beers on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably drank, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 beers over the course of a
Anything
couple hours.
good or new?
Yeah, well, I had a Guinness because, of course, I had to have a Guinness. But my wife got me the craft your own 6-pack.
I saw her eyeing up the selection there the other
and she
day.
got me a bunch of like microbrews in that, which were all really good. Shipyard gingerbread one, which was really good. What else is in there? Some Great Lakes Brewing Irish Ale.
That sounds.
What else was there?
I might like that one.
It was really good. They were all really good. So I had those. I had planned on drunkenly streaming myself trying to finish Dying Light, but I forgot we let our XSplit thing expire, and I had forgotten I needed to set up OBS, the Open Broadcasting, and that was not something I could figure out when I had been drinking. So I spent a minute or two down here looking at the screen. I didn't even really try anything. I'm like, nope, I can't do this. And I went upstairs and went to bed.
I was really hoping you were going to get back into Hotline Miami drunk.
I don't know.
That game's hard enough.
It is very hard.
It would have been really funny.
Yeah. I don't think my eyes could move that fast, you know? But yeah, that was my plan, but it of course fell through. So I think that's all I had going on this week. Yeah. We'll take a quick break and be back with what we played in just a moment. All right.
I forgot I played something else too. Did anybody else play Ori and the Blind Forest yet?
No. I have to get set up on
right.
people's accounts.
Yeah, because I don't have anybody's games.
I'm interested
that's
to
right.
see if any of you like it as much as other people do.
I probably will.
You see, like, you remember I talked about you can kind of save wherever, as long as you have gems saved up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have gotten themselves in just game-breaking situations.
Oh, really?
Because they'll save in the spot, and it's just laser.
Yeah.
It just kills them immediately.
That's
I'd kill myself.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Yeah.
That was what was good about Super Meat Boy, is you always have to start at the beginning of the level, and you got to get a perfect playthrough. Otherwise, it's like Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
Okay.
You respawn really fast.
In a platformer.
Yeah.
Boy, Carolina snuck by Harvard.
Did they?
Ooh, 67-65.
I saw some upsets.
Notre Dame won, barely.
Really?
Yeah. Georgia Southern beat whoever they were playing. Georgia State, whatever it was.
Yeah, I forgot who it was. And I know somebody... Was that Baylor that they beat, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, because I know Baylor was a big upset.
Iowa State lost, too. They were a 3 seed.
All right, I got to go whiz.
Sure, Dan.
See you, Dan.
Burb, are you leaving?
No.
Oh,
Corey's just trolling.
I'm just funning your bunions.
Fun in my
UAB
bunions.
beat Iowa State. Georgia State beat Baylor.
Rask is having a great game, Eric.
Is he?
4 goals on 25 shots. Hammond's giving up 4 too, which is unlike him.
Well, makes you. Oh, I didn't play Cam Ward. He's hurt. Or whatever he's got going on. Big pussy.
I think he was sick.
Lettinen hasn't let one in yet. End of the first.
Yeah, come on.
7 saves. They're playing Pittsburgh. I got Varlamov going against the Coyotes tonight.
You should get a good one there.
I'm hoping. Well, I got my first goal of the week.
Who got it?
Gallagher.
Yeah, Brendan Gallagher. He got you a fight.
The fate?
Yeah.
Wait. I know.
Oh,
Come on.
one goal, 1 assist.
Man, where's the old lady getting all these penalty minutes?
I don't know.
21.
Dude, I've got 37 penalty minutes.
I have 4.
Tyler Bozak. What are you getting, a fist fight?
No, he argued a tripping call and they gave him a game misconduct. It was stupid. He wasn't even that livid.
Wow. Maybe it was what he said.
I watched it and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I assumed that you got in a tussle.
Nope.
I'm begging.
Just argued a tripping call.
Wow.
They gave him the tripping, a misconduct, a game misconduct, and something else. Being a jerk.
That's nutty.
God, I hope Lightning doesn't get a shutout. Keep mentioning it.
Yeah, I didn't have to play my players this week. First round bye.
Oh, you lucky duck.
Must be nice.
Who you playing, Corey?
Mom.
How's it going?
Not well. She's got a shutout already. I'm
Dude,
getting my first goalie start.
I don't know. I texted Corey. I was like, she got a shutout already?
Who was it?
Corey Schneider.
Yeah. Sucks. My team is not scoring. I have 1 goal and 3 assists on the week.
Corey, I have 1 goal, 1 assist, and that goal just got scored.
My that's been my weak point the past few weeks is points.
Ever since
Ridiculous.
Kaner went down,
Yeah.
Mine's hitting block. My team just stopped.
we're tied in blocks now.
I think there's
really?
less scoring at this time of the year anyway.
Yeah, teams are battening down the hatches. Sure.
I have decided if I don't win, at least get second this year. No, if I don't win, I'm taking a year off.
Really?
Traded away all my picks because I thought I wanted to solidify my
It
team.
was all or nothing.
Giordano got hurt, and they're like my best defenseman.
So you'd have to pick out of the free agent pool.
My first pick in the draft is next year?
Fourth
Fourth.
rounder. Damn.
Yeah.
So that just means you have to pick up your extra players from the free agent pool, or do you pick at the end of the draft?
wait.
I trade for their 16th pick.
Who got all these picks?
Allison and Chris.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
So,
At least it wasn't Dan or Corey.
see, what I did is I went to the teams that weren't very good and said, hey, I can give you a good year next year. You don't feel like you're going to... And I'll take Rask and
man.
Giordano off your hand. Ryan Suter's turned it on. I traded him away to Allison. Hate hockey.
That's because Minnesota's been lights out.
Minnesota.
Stupid Dubnik.
Yeah.
Shall we?
We shall. You ready, Corey?
Go home and play some house.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready, boys.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 191 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in What We Played. Corey, we'll start with you.
Oh, we're gonna start with me.
Yeah.
So I played more Monster Hunter 4. I beat the Gore Magala, which was nice. That was the big monster that you beat after the level 4 missions.
Yeah,
Um,
where you're fighting it on the ship.
yeah, and then you have to face him at the end and give him the whooping that he deserves.
Uh,
And I accomplished that after I don't really know what was different from the last time I was trying it, but I didn't have much of an issue this second go around. It might be one of those things that you just need to sleep on it, and then it comes really easy the next day.
yeah.
So I breezed through that, and now I'm breezing through the level 5 missions. I still really like that game, but we're house sitting my girlfriend's house. Well, my girlfriend's parents' house while they're away. And I had my 3DS over there, and I left my charger here, so it died on like Tuesday, and I just didn't get around to getting here to get it, which kind of sucked because I was really looking forward to just binge playing that. I still really like that game a lot, though.
Do you know how much further you have until the end?
I want to say there's, is it level 6 quests for single player? Maybe it's further.
I haven't the foggiest.
I don't know. The end isn't really in sight. I thought it was the end after I killed the Gore Magala, but turns out it wasn't. But I played online some more, did a lot of arena matches, which I really enjoy. Just co-op with somebody else, and you pick from a preset list of equipment. It's a good way to try out other weapons, too.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is to beat the arena mission as fast as you can, but I don't know. I like using weapons that I've never used before and trying to figure them out on the fly is kind of fun. That bagpipe is fun.
I love the weapon.
That's what you used, right?
Yeah.
I had a hard time figuring it out though. Like you press a certain combination of buttons and then to attack, and then you play
the horn with the R.
And that's based on the types of attacks that you did before, right?
Yeah, they'll light up yellow if you played the right notes to have a buff. It'll light up yellow on the little where the notes are in the upper left hand corner.
Okay.
There'll be like yellow boxes around the colored notes, and then you just hit R to play it. And then if you time it right and hit it right at the end, it'll give you an even better boost. It'll like swing the horn around a few more times, and then you get an even better boost. Sometimes a different buff, but usually it's just a stronger version of the buff you just had.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that weapon.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. If you're not playing Monster Hunter and you have a 3DS, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Please play it. Will.
No money, man.
Pow.
Hey, just steal it.
Yeah, well, just steal it.
I'd rather not go to jail.
Nah, you won't go to jail.
Petty theft.
Petty. Believe me, I've dealt with plenty of this.
All you got to do is cry and apologize, and
That would work if I was 16, but I'm 20.
16 and a
20.
young lady.
20 trying to steal a 3DS game.
Yeah. Pretty sure they wouldn't care too much for that.
depending on where you went. If you went to Walmart,
They probably get a lot of that.
you could just take it off the shelf and say, I'm returning this, and then get store credit, and then just go and buy a copy.
Probably.
And if they say, sir, this hasn't been purchased, just argue with them, and they'll be like, okay.
They'll get, yeah, you're probably right. Be louder and angrier
Let
than
me
them.
tell you about purchase.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. You just have to be louder than the customer service representative, and then you're fine. Right, Eric?
No. Dealing with me, that's not the case.
Good.
But yeah, usually.
Customer is always right is bullshit. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Is there a store where the customer's always wrong?
I've always said I want to open that. There's a restaurant where they're really mean to you.
Dick's.
Is that what it's called?
Or maybe it's not Dick's.
Richard.
I know what you're talking about, though. I've heard of
Yeah.
that.
They make fun of you. I want to make a grocery market.
There you go.
That. Oh, you want plastic, do you?
Take
Why don't you
plastic,
fuck off? You're getting paper today.
shove it up your butt.
Everything's overpriced. And the deals are like, buy 2 for the price of 5.
Exactly.
You would have to be a crazy billionaire to make that work. You know?
The coolest could do it.
Yeah.
Close like 3 hours early every day.
I don't feel like working anymore. Let's close up shop.
I think there's something to this. I like this idea.
I'm thinking about it.
You think people would come just for the novelty?
At least for a week or two. Then we go
Yeah,
bankrupt.
well, you'd have to be in a big city. You'd have to be in like in New York,
Yeah.
where travelers would come just to experience your store.
Which, by the way, my place of employment is going to Long Island.
Finally,
Nice.
I can't tell you how many people from Long Islanders that said you need to bring a Wegmans to Long Island
Yeah.
when I worked there.
Rob Durst was arrested for shoplifting at a Wegmans.
Was I in the security office with him?
I think it was in New Jersey.
Oh, then I wasn't.
Joyzy.
Jersey.
Okay.
So that's Monster Hunter. I've been playing a lot more Hearthstone. Just pretty much doing my dailies every day. I have 1,260 coins. Real tempted to just go in the arena and blow those because that's the most fun. But I'm gonna hold off for the Black Rock Mountain expansion.
I was gonna say, you're saving them up for the expansion, right?
Yeah. I think it'll be 700. Actually, you can pre-purchase it now. As of today, you can pre-purchase the adventure. Let me see. I have the thing open right now.
So
it's $24.99.
So then you can pre-purchase and then blow the rest of your coins in the arena.
I don't know if you can pre-purchase with coins. I think
Corey,
it's
wait.
with cheddar.
How do you lose your coins in the arena?
You spend 150 coins and you get an arena run. That's
You
how you
just
enter
go
the arena.
Yep.
Yep.
As many wins as you can get.
Well,
three.
up to 12.
It's the most you
Oh,
got.
really?
The most I ever got was 6, which is a lot better than what I used to get, which
Okay.
is like 1.
Which is what I get.
And that was on a miracle run too. That 6 that I had.
You lose twice, right? And then you're out.
3 times, 3 strikes.
Gotcha.
That sounds interesting.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. That's the best part of the game, in my opinion, by far.
I concur.
That's Hearthstone. Not much more to talk about that. More Dragon Age. Not much to talk about that. I'm at the part now where you have the ball. You go to the ball, which I really like.
Yeah, that part was sweet.
Yeah, that's fun. And you have to like not screw up because
Yeah.
then you lose the court approval.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. New thing I played is White Knight. It's all black and white, and it's a sort of mystery horror story. You play this dude who is driving home from somewhere, and it's very like jazz, sort of film noir feel to it. And then you see a girl in the road, and you crash your car because of her. You are injured, so you end up going to this mansion that's very scary looking. A lot of eerie stuff going on, and then you just work your way through the mansion and discover this sort of scary tale along the way. It's a little bit predictable, but I was really into the setting, really into the story. The one thing that bothered me about it is that there's this ghost woman in the house who, if she grabs you, you die. In the save points are chairs. You have to go up to a chair and sit in it and turn on a light. Light plays a big role in this game too. If you light like a candle or are able to find electric light to shine on a chair, you can sit in the chair, and that's how you save. But it's the type of thing where if you forget to save and then you make a bunch of progress and then you get killed by this ghost lady, you lose all your progress and you just go back to where you were in the chair. Which for a game like this is not what I want.
Right.
I'm not playing this kind of game for the fun gameplay. I'm playing it to experience the story and get through that. And for the setting and stuff, not for having to retrace my steps every time I die. That really sucks. But you always have to have a light source with you. You can survive in the dark for a little bit, but if normally what you carry is a matchbook, and you can light matches, and it only lights up a little area. So that really adds to the unease. It's spooky. But if your match goes out, you have to run to where there's light or find more matches really quick. Otherwise, you'll get eaten by the ghosts.
Like, don't starve.
Yeah, exactly like that. I recommend it. It's good, but the ghost things really bothered me. And there's one point in the game where they just load the entire house up with ghosts, and you have to run from one end of the house to the other, and it's just like, why? I'm not playing this game for this. This is just an annoying part of it. Yeah. I get that it's, there has to be some sort of threat, but it shouldn't be the type of thing that you're getting frustrated by,
Does it feel forced?
It's not forced. It's just it's bad design in my opinion.
Yep.
Every time I died, I wanted to scream, and it would suck because you'd get all the collectibles along the way and read all the journal entries and stuff, which I'm assuming there's an achievement for if you get all of them. But what happens is if you die, then you have to go back and get all the collectibles again that you lost and read through, find journals and pictures and all that stuff, which is stupid. I feel like if you do it the first time, it should be unlocked even if you die and lose your progress. You should at least have all that collectible stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a good story, well told, just marred by the ghosts issue that I had with the game. But it is spooky. I jumped a couple times.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
My buddy Jeff is playing it. He said it scared the shit out of him.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. I wouldn't put it on par with like what's that one that everybody was freaking out over not too long ago?
Outlast?
Yeah, PT Outlast. It's not really like that. There's not a lot of gore.
PT was terrifying.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't consider this game terrifying. It's spooky, but not eerie and spooky, but not. Oh my god, I'm gonna have a heart attack kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Corey?
Hots.
Hots.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Will, Eric, and I played some Hots.
Heroes, what was that? Night before last?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. 2 nights ago.
Did you play last night, or yesterday at all?
I played. Yeah.
You played alone.
I played one game, yeah, alone.
Okay.
And
Sorry,
we
you
won-
guys
and we
talked,
won.
but you didn't play.
Yeah, I was doing something, and then when I asked him to play, you had to go.
Yeah, I had to run out.
Yeah, and then Will and I played last night. We've been having some decent success.
Yeah. What do you think? Because you're the one that's played the least.
What do I think?
Yeah.
In terms of what?
the game, are you still liking it?
I really like it, and I don't think I'll ever pay for a hero.
That's fine.
I'm okay just cycling through whatever the free ones are.
And if you like one enough, you can use your gold.
Well, I've never played one I didn't like. Granted, I've only played 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I played Lily, who's like a healer. Leaky? Likey Lee?
Lily.
Lily.
Lily, who's a healer, who I enjoyed. And Muradin, who's a tank. What's he from?
Warcraft.
Warcraft. Who's a tank dude. I had a good time with him. One of his abilities is the hammer. Do you know what that ability's called, Will?
Is it the Haymaker?
No, where he throws the thing.
The stun.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but you can first level talent you can pick is when you hit a hero with that, it permanently upgrades the damage it does. So if you pick that one early and just keep hitting heroes with it, by the end of the game, it does a number on them, and it stuns them, so it hurts them really bad and stuns them. And then
So the rest of the team can hit him.
right, and then one of the other abilities of Muradin is Dwarf Toss. Is that what it's called? Dwarf Toss? Where he can jump really far ahead, which both saves you if you're in trouble and is good if you're chasing an enemy, because there's a level up for that where if you land on an enemy, it stuns them as well. So you get 2 stuns, and you can jump up to catch them, which is really handy.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really enjoying him. The only issue I have with the games is not understanding the objectives in the maps. But as we were playing them, you guys were describing it to me, and it's just a matter of
That comes easy.
Just a matter of learning it once and then.
Yeah, once you start playing, like generally the rule of thumb is for the game that you want to have everybody in a lane for the first 10 levels, because you get lane experience from like taking out the minions and stuff like that, and attacking and taking down the towers. But and then like when the objective comes up, you want to get together and do the objective, and then you want to go back to your lanes. Then when level 10 happens, you want to stick together. Yeah. Because when team fights happen and you have your ultimates. So that's generally how it's played. Some people just don't do that.
We played. This was the one I played without you guys. It was the one with the mines. And,
yeah.
Every time the mines opened up, we'd go in and have our battles there, and they were pretty much getting the upper hand every time, and they started to run away with the game. And then the last time the mines came up, we just all went together and went to their core and knocked it out while they were all screwing around in the mines.
Nice.
A good feeling.
That's something you got to be careful of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had an interesting battle on that map today myself. My buddy Alex, who's a big League of Legends player, we got him a beta key, so he played for the first time today. So he texted me this morning. I was like, "Why don't you play do some practice rounds, and then when I get on later, we'll play online." So we were in the mines too, and we were kicking the shit out of the other team, and we had it so that when our golem popped back up again, he was going to be right by the other team's core. And we pretty much thought we had it won. So when it was time to go in the mines again, we didn't really rush to it, and it allowed the other team to build their golem up so strong that it pushed right through to our core and knocked ours out before we could do anything about it. We really should have won that game. It was very disappointing.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, we also on Haunted Mines. We're having a lot of stories on Haunted Mines.
It's got a second area to it, which is different than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
You know.
But when we were playing a game, Eric couldn't sleep, so I don't think I said this on podcast, did I? Or did I say it off air?
What?
The victory we had.
No, you didn't say it on the podcast.
What happened is we kept. It was pretty back and forth the whole time, and then we're in the mines, and we got them all killed, and we were able to get enough golem skulls to get a good golem to push the core. And our teammate, who was Gazlo, said, "Good game, that'll be it." And we ended up not winning there, and then we ended up really screwing the pooch in the mines, and we all died. So I was like, "Do we just push the core?"
I thought he was being sarcastic when he said that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he said that. He legitimately thought that we were going to win
Okay.
there. So we all pushed the core with our weak golem. And what happened is they were ready for it because they knew we were going to do that. And they had killed everybody on our team besides me. And there was 9% damage left on the core. And they were all coming at me. And I used my Q ability, which is a strong snipe. And I took down all 9% left as soon as Illidan, who's a really mobile hero, charged me to kill me. And I'm
Nice.
Nova, who's really squishy. I gave a loud shout after that one. It's my favorite game I've ever played with Nova.
Yeah, it was fun. That game's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Had some good ones today. Didn't get our asses kicked. We only won 1 out of 4, but it was fun regardless because we didn't get throttled.
Yeah.
Definitely learning when to stay back and not feed the other team kills. So,
Yeah, that's something you learn, how far you can extend your hero the more you play.
I'm thinking about trying a different hero, same type. I'm thinking about trying Tychus out.
Yeah.
I gotta get used to his abilities and stuff more before I do it, but we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I want to get better with stitches too.
Yeah, because out of all of us that play, there's only like 2 people who've used
Play
tank.
tank, yeah.
One of them who doesn't really play as much, and Corey does Mirrodin, who's a tank.
Alex uses Meriden too.
Okay. It's really good to have a good breakdown of the different heroes for the different.
It is, yeah. I'm starting to learn them. So I was like you helped me. I was able to help Alex, like tell him who to hit and where to go and stuff like that. So it was fun. People were pretty friendly for the most part. Like if I was to ping something on the map to where to go to, at least 1 or 2 of them would do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's always fun. People are working together.
Yeah, sometimes you get the real jerk.
Yeah. But I fucking love that game.
Me too.
It's so fun.
I can't stop playing it.
No, like I literally woke up this morning and the first thing I thought, I was like, I can't wait to play HOTS at 4 o'clock today.
Nice.
Like I got Battlefield sitting down there, just came out, like I can't wait to play Heroes of the Storm beta later. Wonder if I'll spend any
Fantastic.
money on it.
How much is the game going to change? Do we know?
Probably not a lot. Like the gameplay and the core mechanics are probably going to stay the same. It's probably just going to be like it's going to run better and more smoothly.
Balancing.
Yeah, like heroes will get balanced. Like
Vikings.
they're actually not getting nerfed that bad. Who's getting nerfed? Oh, Uther is getting nerfed. His ghost ability apparently.
What's that do?
Not familiar.
It's
After
when
he dies?
It's when you die, you can take control of the ghost of Uther, and you can do everything he can for like 5 or 10 seconds until like his corpse is done. And then they're gonna get rid of it, so you can't use like his ultimate and stuff like that.
Which is fair.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
After I killed him, he like blew up and killed me.
That's Tyrael. It's pretty similar.
God.
Yeah.
I like using Uther.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about maybe starting to do some healing I don't know. We'll see.
The only thing I didn't like about Uther is he didn't have either a good attack ability or like with Brightwing has Polymorph, which can really mess up the other team.
I thought about. I've got over 10,000 coins now.
Oh, do you?
So I'm trying to figure out what characters I want to use them on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do I want to get like Brightwing, who's I think 10,000, and have a healer, or do I want to get Lily for 2,000 and then still buy like 2 other $4,000?
Lily's a
gold.
Lily's considered a really good healer and pretty easy to play.
We had a Lily in just about every game we played today.
If you're interested with the new hero, like trying her out, it's gonna be 15,000 coins until 2 weeks, but you could try her out.
What's?
She's a specialist assassin mix. I guess she's pretty strong, and she'll be broken when she gets put in. Usually, the heroes that get implemented in are pretty overpowered at the start, and then they turn them down.
Well, they probably want people to play the new hero.
Yeah, Thrall.
At least at first.
Thrall came in when the game went open beta in January, I think, and he was really overpowered. Everybody was all up in arms and upset. But yeah, what a game.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, who are we on?
That was me.
That was Corey.
Oh. Eric, go ahead.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I don't really know how much I want to talk about Battlefield, to be honest with you. I don't even think I want to talk about it yet.
Okay.
At all.
That's fine.
We're going to save that for next week. Yeah, so I'll go on to, I played Ollie Ollie 2. I fired up the Vita, actually.
Nice.
And got into some Ollie Ollie 2. I really like that game a lot. It's fun, especially in a handheld.
Yeah, I bought Ollie Ollie, actually, and put it on the 3DS. No, I haven't played it yet.
They're really fun games, and they're challenging. They're really hard to, like, each level you go to gives you, I think, 5 or 6 goals to shoot for, like a score, a couple of different tricks to land, like don't get a sloppy landing or land everything perfectly, whatever the case is. Because when you hit the ground, you have to hit, I think it's X on the Vita. If you time it perfectly, you'll get a perfect landing. Or if you mess it up, you get a sloppy landing, and there's okay landings. But there's all these different goals to shoot for on each of the maps, and it really pulls you into trying to do those things, and it's really fun to try and to reach all those goals that they have set for you. Another great time wasting game too, because you can just keep retry. It's like Trials Evolution almost,
okay, yeah.
Where you can just keep trying over and over, and if you mess up and you know you're not going to reach the goal you're shooting for, you just hit triangle and start over again. So it's got that. I don't know. I think there's probably leaderboards. This is a perfect kind of game for leaderboards because you can get the high scores going. But yeah, I really like Ollie Ollie 2, and that was free on PlayStation Plus this month. So really good game for that. Let's see. I guess the only other thing, since I'm not going to talk about Battlefield Hardline, is I played and beat Hotline Miami 2.
Hey,
well
good
done.
job.
Yes. That game is really fucking frustrating. The last level was pissing me off so bad. I do kind of have a complaint about the game. I found some parts, and I can't remember specifically, but I kept telling myself that there was no consistency with, like, I don't know, if I was getting hit from weird angles or something, and I just didn't feel consistent to how I was getting hit, or like, I wish I could remember specifically what I was talking about, but I kept feeling like something was inconsistent in the game.
Yeah.
I do love the game. That should be said. I really, really enjoy that game. I came really close to breaking something a couple of times, though.
Yeah.
I got to the last level, and that was really the only level that I had a really lot of trouble with, to the point where I got so frustrated I had to quit and go back to it. And I'm glad I did, because I went back to it and beat it pretty shortly after starting it back up.
Yeah.
I think the longest the level took me was about 35 minutes. I beat it in 9 hours.
Okay.
It's a great game, though.
Yeah.
I mean, just so fun.
I just hit the 5th act myself.
Okay, I think there's 3. Wait, is there 6 acts?
I'm not sure.
You remember
I
how
think
many
there's-
scenes there are?
24.
Oh, so I'm pretty close to the end.
Yeah.
I think I'm on like 17 or 18 scene, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
there's 6 acts then.
Okay,
6 acts, 24 scenes.
gotcha.
But yeah, it's such an awesome game.
Yeah.
The Hotline Miami games are so good. I know people really like them, but I think they're underrated.
Yeah.
Those games are just so fucking fun.
Yeah.
And like, if you like just a challenge, it doesn't get too much better than this one. And for $15, I mean,
Yeah.
you can go back and try and do like speed runs of it. You know what I mean? And try different characters that you didn't use before. There's a lot of cool achievements to unlock.
Yeah.
That I looked at and I was like, man, that would be a real bitch to do.
Yeah.
Is there like a hidden ending or anything like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I found one of the levels because usually I try to take things slowly, but one of the levels with the punching guy, you just can't. Like I had to run through it and just just swing my fists of fury as fast as I could.
One punch, one kill.
Yeah, which is cool.
It is.
I like that it pushes you out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Because I'm the same way.
Yeah, you like to take things a little bit slower. Yeah, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. The level did not set up for that, so I had to move.
I'm glad you told me about that thing with the left trigger too, being able to look further.
Yeah, it helps a little bit.
It helps a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. So that was nice to have. One of the missions in the jail cell. I don't know if either of you were there yet.
Jail cell.
You have to escape from jail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I feel like I did that one.
And like it's got the different type of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I know. What you're talking
Oh
about.
shit, man! Wasn't that a bitch?
The ones you can't shoot.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was like, how am I supposed to kill these guys? And I finally figured it out. I'm not gonna tell you, Dan.
Yeah, I don't think I'm there yet.
Yeah. Well, it was a bitch.
Because there was one. I can't remember if it was the first one though, where you have to break out of jail. Is that the first Hotline Miami that you have to break out of jail too? I just played
I don't
it,
know.
so I keep getting parts of it confused. But
Man, this is a great game.
yeah,
Great game.
They got to make a third, right?
I hope so.
Wrap it up.
Can't be too hard to make, right?
No.
I mean, it's all right there.
Yeah.
Just pump out another bitchin' soundtrack.
Yeah.
the soundtrack that would be great by itself too.
Oh yeah, I want to buy it, but it's $15
Oh, is it just for the soundtrack?
at least.
Oof.
I remember looking at the price and be like, "Holy shit!" There's like 30 songs on it.
Oh,
Spends money on music anymore.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe
Did you look and see if it's on Spotify?
I didn't look yet. But yeah, the music's so good.
Mm-hmm.
The main theme of that game is so good.
It's
Theme
great,
song.
great stuff.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Okay. Will, what do you got?
Other than Heroes, I really didn't play a lot. I played a mission or two of StarCraft 2's campaign, just Wings of Liberty. There was a mission that I got stuck on. It turns out I was doing it wrong. It was split up onto... I had to go to get an artifact on a map, and the Zerg were attacking the Protoss that were already there. And there was two ways to get it. I didn't realize that you had to take out the pylons right to my right. So instead I was going all the way around to where the Protoss and Zerg were fighting. And I would get pincered in between the two factions, and they'd both kill me, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking to take out the pylons to advance to the artifact. So I beat that, and I was pretty happy. I'm working my way through that. And then once I beat that, I'll probably get Heart of the Swarm. And Legacy of the Void is giving out beta invitations the end of this month, I think.
Nice.
For people to test it to make sure they like the changes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm pretty excited for that. Hopefully I get in. I'm just loving Blizzard.
Yeah.
And I made my WoW character.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, for fun. Game looks really dated.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I know there's
That came out like what, 11 years ago, 10 years ago?
Yeah,
11?
it's something like that.
I can't believe people are still just like balls deep in that.
And paying for it every month too, which is crazy. I can't picture paying for an MMORPG right now.
I know there's graphic updates with some of the expansions, but from what I saw, I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, look at the comparison side by side with the updates, and you'll be like even more like, holy shit.
I want what WoW looked like when it started with Guild Wars, just to see how much it's come along. Because I think Guild Wars is a great looking MMO.
Are you gonna try Neverwinter on Xbox One?
Is that a beta for that?
No, it's coming out like soon.
Oh,
Free,
it's free,
right?
right?
Next week, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
People are pretty excited about it.
I gotta download it because I gotta get Rayman.
My buddy Alex
well.
plays it
Okay.
on PC.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Might as well. I do want to start playing an MMO again.
Yeah, I don't know if I have time, but I'm gonna try it for sure.
I mean, I've got Guild Wars. I really liked Final Fantasy. I really liked WildStar. I'd play WoW free to level 20, and that'd probably be it for that.
I didn't even make it to level 20.
No.
I think I got to level 8 or 10
Mhm.
last time I played it, and I was like, nah, I'm done with this.
I mean, there's a lot better MMOs. I've got Elder Scrolls because that's free now.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, a lot of options.
Neverwinter's March 31st.
Okay, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll download it. Might as well. No reason not to.
Yeah.
I had the beta. I just never played it.
Yeah, that happens. That's how I am with stuff too. That's it though, Dan.
Okay. The only other thing I played other than Codename Steam and Hotline Miami was Dying Light. I'm really trying to finish Dying Light. It's a game that doesn't translate well to the tablet because I have to use my Bluetooth mouse, which doesn't have the precision that my $50 gaming mouse has, and it really messes with the experience. So I guess I have an adapter I can plug in my old gaming mouse and see if that works. But it's a game that doesn't translate well to the tablet. Every other game I've played in the past like month and a half or so works great on it, but Dying Light is not one of those games, so I do have to come down here and try not to freeze. But I feel bad. I want to finish it. I really do, and I really like it. But I feel bad. I just want to there's all this stuff going on and all these new quests because I just got to the new area, new side quests to do, new headquarters to unlock and stuff. And I want to do all that, but I just want to finish it, and because I have so many other games to play. I'm glad actually that there's nothing really coming out for me for like 2 months. I think there's a little bit of a blank area.
Yeah, I looked at our topic schedule yesterday because I was like, what's coming out after Bloodborne? Because I tried to set my budget ahead of time for games, and thank fuck there's not really anything until
The Witcher. I think
I'm probably gonna get Mortal Kombat.
Okay,
which
yeah.
is before that.
I've got Xenoblade Chronicles in April, but that's a 3DS game. The 3DS it's not a big deal to play it here and there. So, but like I said, I feel bad because I don't like playing a game like Dying Light like that. I like to do all the side stuff, but I've got to just get it done at this point, And I've got 4 games that I'm like really close to beating. I've got Hotline Miami, I've got Dying Light, Codename Steam now, which I'll probably end up finishing tonight, and then
unless we play HOTS.
Just Cause 2 I've got to go back and finish. Got a bunch of games right on the cusp because I want to start Homeworld Remastered. I want to play Sid Meier Starships. There Came an Echo I still have to play.
I hear that you can skip Sid Meier Starships, Dan.
Yeah, I've heard
read
it's a lot like Civ Revolution, but I still want to play it. Yeah, I've read middling reviews for it, but I want to play it. I bought it.
Everything seems to be getting middling reviews.
Middling reviews,
right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
People usually like stuff.
I tend to like things.
Me too.
I'm sure I'll like it. But anyway, Dying Light, I still really enjoy that game. So
I ended up trading it in. It was against my better judgment. I didn't necessarily want to, but I knew with Bloodborne coming out, there's just no reason.
you can play my copy on Steam if you ever want to go back to it. You have to start all over.
Not going to.
Yeah. I think I have. If I put in a good 2 or 3 hours, I should be able to finish it.
I keep all my save files.
Yeah.
So just in case, like a holiday sale or something.
Or if it's a PS Plus game at some point.
Right. Because I am at some point going to want to get Diablo 3 again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Some of that.
All right. Feedback. Here we go. Facebook, this is from Travis, who says, "Hey athletes, thanks for the Monster Hunter episode. After listening to your episode on it, I've decided to buy it even after the disappointing demo. My daughters have some science contests at school we have to go to all day long on Saturday, so I figured that would be a good time to jump into it and give it a try. I was going to buy a new 3DS as well to play it on, but I already own a 3DS XL, so I think we'll just hold off on that for a while." There's more Monster Hunter talk this episode, Travis, so definitely it's if you own a 3DS, it's a must play. I don't know that you'll get any more benefit on the 3DS XL that you would the new 3DS XL,
just faster loading times.
Yeah, faster loading times. See, it was a big upgrade for me because I had the old so the size, it was a big enough upgrade for me, but and while I do like the nub. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's also nice.
Yeah, you can use that for the camera in Monster Hunter.
Yeah. But they give you options to not need to use that.
And I haven't used the nub at all.
You haven't used the nub?
Nope, I find no use for it.
How dare you, Corey?
I'm sorry.
Don't let it happen again. Email. This is from Bryce G, who says, "Hey guys, I'll try to keep it short. I love the podcast. I look forward to the new episode every week, and we'll go back and cherry pick certain ones while waiting for the new ones. Anywho, got an idea to float around for 4 in February, since Eric and Corey didn't seem to enjoy it much this year. What if 4 guys, 4 games each became 4 guys, 1 game each? You still got that 4 in February theme, but 1 backlog game to beat. Of course, there could still be 4 picks each, but the challenge would be to finish at least 1. And you can move on to the next if you get stuck on one. I can sympathize with Eric because he beat Bayonetta 2 and stalled out on Grim Fandango, while the Order 1886 was vying for his attention also. Keep up the great work, Dan, Corey, Eric, and Will. You guys are the #1 gaming podcast in my opinion. Thanks, Harmon 2. And then he gives us his backlog of shame.
Let's hear it.
Backlog of shame.
You gotta love I love a meaty backlog.
I do
love
too.
having.
We know you do.
I
Dan.
like having like 50. I have like 50 games on my backlog. So
50?
I have a couple hundred Steam games, but I only consider some of them like my actual
Okay.
backlog.
Like ones you want to get to if you have
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Because I have a lot of games that I know I'll just never play. So Bionic Commando is one of them. He has ones that he needs to finish and then need to finish second playthrough. So Bionic Commando, BioShock Infinite Complete Edition needs to finish the second. Borderlands Game of the Year, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Crysis 3, Dead Space 3 Limited Edition, Dead to Rights Retribution, Eat Lead: The Return of Matt Hazard, Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition needs to finish the second playthrough. Needs to finish Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. Needs to finish Far Cry 4. Killer is Dead. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of Patriots. Mirror's Edge. Naughty Bear Gold Edition.
Naughty Bear.
Naughty
huh?
Bear.
I'm not familiar with Naughty Bear. That's one worth looking up. Needs to finish Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma. Resident Evil 6. Needs to finish RRR Undead Nightmare. Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z. Needs to finish Yakuza 4 and then Yakuza Dead Souls.
This Naughty Bear game looks pretty cool.
Was it?
This is teddy bear running around with a bandana and a.
It looks
Oh.
like Care Bears.
I that's vague.
Actually does look cool.
I have a vague recollection of that.
A 360
What?
game?
Well, that gets my vote for first one you knock off the old log.
How do you guys feel about that idea, though? Because then,
I actually thought that myself, but I didn't think you'd want to.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I'll still do 4 games.
Yeah.
and just have one of the games be part of the Thumbstick Athletes group. 4 guys, 1 game each. I think that's a great idea because I think Will said he wanted to do 4 games too.
Yeah.
You know, you guys, if you just wanted to pick 1 game,
I'd
from-
much
from the
rather just
backlog.
do 1.
Yeah.
Yep. I think it should be, attempt 4, but like a typical American school system, lower the bar for success. And, if you get
Yep.
just 1, it's good enough. Good job.
Good enough. Second place.
I like it.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, though. That is something we should, because I would like to continue the, at least hitting 1 backlog game in February.
Sure.
But like I said, I'll probably do 4 anyway because I have a huge backlog of games that I probably would never get to otherwise. I should keep my list updated too, because occasionally, like maybe over the summer, I'll have a chance to go back in my backlog. But that's probably when I'll play like BioShock Infinite again, and I want to play Tomb Raider again. It's probably when I'll play games like that.
That was only $13 on Xbox One this past week.
What's that?
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider's a great game.
I thought about it.
Just play my Steam copy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love me a console.
Yeah, I hear you. Steam Link.
I know.
Then you just sit at your TV and play your computer games. Although you won't have as good of experience if you don't want to run wires.
I don't want to.
It's really better wired.
Yeah.
And you can't like drill through your floors or anything like that because you're renting.
Right.
I have no problem putting a bunch of holes in my floors. So thanks, Harmon 2, Bryce. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad you like the show.
Good to hear from you.
Welcome to feedback too. That's awesome.
Did he say where he was from
No, I don't think so.
and how he found us?
No.
Yeah, let us know about that.
That's something I actually wanted to ask people is let us know how you found us. Partly because we're interested, but also because we like to know where people are finding us from. That helps us with. I don't want to say marketing because it's not exactly marketing, but where
We don't do that.
Well, no, we don't. I've always said we are. No, I'm not saying we don't market.
Wow.
We don't market we don't push ourselves.
One of us
well.
markets.
I'm sorry, I don't do that.
We don't spend money on marketing.
Okay.
That's
How
true.
about that?
But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
let us know where. Like, did you find us YouTube? Did you do a random search on Google and find us? I know Ryan in Iowa had said he did a search for Assassin's